This is crazy. Well, welcome to another Secret Makeup Club Makeup Mondays. Yes, that's right. We are back bringing you more and more lockdown beauty tips. We're talking brands. We're talking celebrity makeup, the best skincare, the best foundation, the best eyeshadows, the best everything. Oh, I'm losing my voice. What's going on? Le Voix, how's an au revoir? Not good. Hello, Ashley. Hello, Anthony. Hello, Mandy. Hello, Laura Neves. Star of my BBC radio show was Laura this week. If you haven't heard, you need to listen to the BBC Sounds app on Three Counties Radio just to hear. I am drinking Cinzano and lemonade. How 80s am I? Cheers, everyone. Oh, it's so retro. I absolutely love it. Hello, Regina or Regina. I never know if it's Regina or Regina. Regina. I've never thought about that. Andy Payne. Yes, you've got tickets for Bristol. Yes, my tour dates that have been postponed are live. They're on my social media. The theatres are selling the tickets. It's a very, very exciting day. So go and check that out. Hello from a frozen Minneapolis. Ryan, my darling, it's free. We got snow here, so we're just as cold as you. Let it go, let it go. Yes, all happening. Middlesbrough to Minneapolis, you see, it's very, very different. Good evening, Trudy. Good evening, Alex. What brings me here? Well, Amsterdam. We've got people from Europe, America, all over the world. I am super excited. Tonight is a very, very special edition of the Secret Makeup Club because I have with me a good old friend of mine, celebrity makeup artist to the stars, who's worked for years in editorial, fashion, magazine shoots, you name it. He has put the brush on many a celebrity. And he's joining me tonight. Gary Cockerill is going to be live with me, Le Voix, in my little makeup studio. And we're going to be talking everything makeup. Everything makeup. So, and the questions are from you tonight. I want you to ask him anything. Grill him about what's the best foundation out there. What's his favorite eyeshadow? How do I do eyebrows? What's the best lipstick? He might not know the answer, but we won't know unless we ask him, will he? I think we should ask him anything. Ask him, does his Tupperware cupboard have matching tops and bottoms? Because that's always a question I find is tricky. Do you not think? My Tupperware cupboard has about 50 tops and one bottom. Different story. So, yes, now, and that's what we're doing today. So we're just going to open the floor to you guys to ask questions. We'll get through as many as we can tonight. And we're going to be talking about, obviously, photographic and editorial makeup. So you might think, well, Le Voix, I'm not really a celebrity. I don't go to fashion shows. I don't walk the red carpet. I'm not in magazines. Why does this apply to me? We are in a world of selfies, of Instagram, of Facebook, of people taking pictures when you're least expecting it. Well, you need to know, how can I look good when I'm taking an Instagram selfie? How can I take good when I'm with the family on a Zoom call? That's practically television, everybody. The right lighting, what makeup looks good under a flash, what doesn't look good, and should you be flashing at all? Well, that's a different question, isn't it, quite frankly? So those are the things we will be tackling tonight. So it does apply to every single one of us who has a camera on our phone in this world of snappy snaps lifestyle. So yes, it is very much all about you. Boys and girls, tonight we'll be covering anything tonight. There is no theme except beautiful makeup and celebrity makeup. Now, Gary is going to be joining us at about 10 past. We've got 6 minutes before I let Gary into the studio. So I want to tell you, you're already, don't ask the questions yet because it will get lost in the comments. God, I can't even get my words together tonight, can I? I've only had a sip of Cinzano. It's not going very well. And you're probably thinking, well, what about you, Le Voix? Not many of you might know. I was makeup artist to Pamela Anderson for 1.5 years. I've done covers for Hello, for Tatler, for Vogue. I was part of the team for Vivienne Westwood Fashion Week. I also did the makeup for the men's Speedo runway show. That was a very hard job. Very, very hard job. And I've worked on all sorts of spreads. I worked on Dancing on Ice as part of the makeup team. I've done makeup for Zoe Ball. She now works on the radio. That shows you how well that went. And loads of celebrities. So I have done my fair share. So between us, we will answer all your products and product questions, all your knowledge. And of course, Gary has launched his own makeup brand now, Makeup Intelligence, which if you haven't seen it on QVC, you need to grab it while you can. It's been selling out. It's fabulous. And I've done my eyes and makeup today with using some of Gary's products, so we can talk about those tonight as well. And before I bring Gary on, we've got 4 minutes. Hit me with your burning questions for Voix. Nothing makeup related. Just ask me something. Charlotte, loving the Hada Labo night cream and serum on your recommendation. Charlotte, Hada Labo is genuinely phenomenal. The fact that it's in Superdrug on Amazon, the price point is amazing. That level of hyaluronic acid is phenomenal. Love it. Oh, people, you're talking to yourselves. Phantom of the Opera. Oh, yes, Matthew, and I did. If you watch the anniversary concert at the Royal Albert Hall of Phantom of the Opera, well, you won't see my name on the credits. You'll see a different name, but I had to go and do an alias because I was being mobbed at the stage door by paparazzi. But I did the makeup on Phantom of the Opera. Nighttime sharpens. See, I can do... Oh, have I frozen? Oh, hello? Am I there? Am I not there? What's happening? Have I gone off? Oh, did that just freeze? Did I disappear? That's a bit worrying. I wonder why that happened. Where'd you get your rhinestone heels from, babe? Well, I'm back. Random. That was just a blackout moment. If there's more blackouts, just don't go anywhere because we'll be back. Don't be going, you're frozen, you're frozen. I'll be aware. I'll be aware of it. I know I'm frozen. I'm back. That's never happened to you before. It must be because we're on StreamYard and Gary is in the waiting room. It's probably too much for the snowy weather because I'm quite rural. So that's what it will be. It'll be the weather. So if we freeze, just don't go anywhere. We'll be back. If we freeze permanently, well, you got your money's worth. Do you know what I mean? I'm doing this all for free anyway. I might pretend to freeze like this. And then you'll all think, oh, she's frozen. And then you won't know that actually it's just because I froze myself. How do you hide my rapidly growing saggy jowls? Gainer! First of all, they are not that bad and I don't even know you. They are not that bad. Contouring. I've got jowls. Look, can you see this darker bit under here? It's not stubble. Before you say anything. Contouring, we can talk about that. I tried Vino. Yes, the Vino shower spray. $4.99 from Boots. The shower mist, everyday shower mist. Isn't it amazing? Isn't it amazing? I'm just going to push this little banner because any minute now we are going to have Gary Cockerill from Makeup Intelligence. That is his brand name and that is the brand name website. If you want to check it out, I'll be popping that up later, but I just want to flash that up so you know. And I'm going to bring Gary on any second now. I said we won't be. I know he's ready, so I could bring him on now, really, but I'm just being mean. I'm making him wait in the background. Oh, thank you. I can see you and hear you fine. That's good. Yes, I know I'm back. Stop telling me I'm back. I can see you. See, I'm more ahead of you. I know when I've frozen before you've frozen. Tell Gary it's steak and eggs for dinner. Phil, the husband has spoken. Oh, that's a lot of protein. Oh, you can tell he likes to go to the gym, can't you? Oh, they'll have protein wind. They'll have gas in that house. Good evening, Elizabeth Eaton. I like it when people put their full name on Facebook. Looking fabulous and coming in loud and clear. Lisa, sending you lots of love. Bring him on. Right. We will bring him on. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you're watching this virtually, but can you just applause, whoop and cheer as I welcome to the Secret Makeup Club celebrity makeup artist and friend, Gary Cockerill.
Hello.
Oh, that timing was amazing. It was like a side look. Like, hello.
Wow. Au revoir. Thank you so much for having me today. God, you look amazing.
Oh, stop it. Well, it's all your products, so you're bound to say that.
Well,
no, I've been using this lockdown to play around with different products and different brands because I'm sure you're the same. I get stuck in a rut with the same old things, my same old go-tos.
It's always the way. You need to sort of, it's times like this when you've actually got a bit of time that you just need to get your makeup bag, just empty it all out, give it a little overhaul, because things you've probably had in there for like decades that are moldy or whatever, and just give it all a good look and just, see what you need, what you don't need.
And then you forget sometimes why you bought some things and you go, actually, that's really nice. I don't know why I don't wear that. Or,
exactly.
Because I thought, I'm too young to be getting stuck in a rut. I can't be wearing the same eyeshadow every week. No, so I've enjoyed it. I've had some disasters and I've had some good ones. But I've enjoyed playing around.
Yeah.
So
You always look gorgeous to me, LeVar. I'm a massive fan. I watch you all the time. I mean, I know we're friends, but I'm a big fan as well, I have to tell you.
Oh, well, I'm a big fan because you have the best parties, and I can't wait for this all to be out so we can go to one of your parties.
Oh, gosh, please. I dream of actually just going for dinner, never mind a party. Hopefully soon. Hopefully
I hope so. And you know what? It won't take much, will it, for us to get drunk? A few drinks, and then that's it. We'll all be absolutely trolleyed.
Well, having said that, I mean, I was going to say I'm drunk most nights. The problem is you get home, don't you? You know, when I have been to work, and actually you open a bottle of wine, you have, you know, the old man, and he's the best cook, so he always makes the best food. And you watch a bit of a box set, and before you know, you've had a bottle of wine between you.
Oh, don't. And me and Laura Hamilton on Instagram have started doing cocktails of like cocktail of the week, and I was like, I'll do that. So I've been shopping in the spirits aisle of Waitrose, thinking this needs to stop. I'm buying Midori and spiced rum and things I've never heard of. When I do have a house party, it's going to be the best one ever.
Well, I want to be there.
Oh my gosh, we cannot wait to have a house party. Of course, you're going to be there.
Yeah.
So, gorgeous people who are watching, Gary is on. Let's go straight away with some questions. And while you're thinking of things, I'm going to just chat to Gary. Some of you might not know some of his work and what he's doing. I want to just go back. We're going to transgress. It's going to be like a therapy session, Gary.
Oh, it is, yeah.
When did you start in makeup?
God, you know what? This is showing my age now. Well, I've probably been doing makeup for about 28 years. 28, 29 years. I'm 51 now.
Yes.
A long, long time. I just fell into it. I actually worked down a coal mine when I left school.
Did it really?
I did, honestly. I worked down a coal mine when I left school. It was that last year before they all sort of closed down. And I just did it so just so I could earn some money, so I could move to London to be an artist, because that's all I wanted to do. At school, I just used to do paintings, and my dad's a brilliant artist as well, so I take after him. And so I thought, right, I'm going to go down the mine. At that time, and still now, it was like 500 quid a week. Can you imagine that? Because it was like danger money, because I went right to the bottom of the shaft, and I was like a fireman, literally quite a boring job. You're just waiting for something, obviously, if there's a spark or whatever, to put it out. And obviously, if there was a spark, we'd be in big trouble anyway. And then I moved to London with my girlfriend at the time. How times change. And when I got to London, I tried to get a job in doing illustration. I had no real experience or anything. Obviously, I'd been to art college before, so I had my diploma and whatever, my certification. And I got to London, and I saw a job for painting mannequins. And that's how I learned how to do makeup, by doing it on mannequins first.
Oh, wow.
Assisting someone with mannequins. And I thought, hang on a minute, I can probably earn more money if I do this on real people and have more fun, because I've got someone who's actually speaking to me, though at times I have to tell you it was good working with the mannequins.
Yeah. Oh, I can relate to that.
And then I just sort of fell into it. I just started testing with photographers and models, and before I knew it, I was working with some amazing photographers and I met some amazing people who were just becoming famous at the time. It sort of catapulted my career as well.
Yes. So, would you say you were self-taught then, or you didn't go to a makeup school?
No makeup school. Totally self-taught.
I think they're the best artists. Do you not think?
Exactly, and I'm sure you're really good at art. You must be. You must be really good at drawing as well.
I don't know. I try and draw like costume designs. I go, this is what I want, and then I'm like, oh god, that looks awful. But thinking back, actually, I used to be able to paint. I used to be able to do watercolors and things quite well. But I can't do like line drawings or anything. But I was purely self-taught in makeup.
Same with me. And I'd like you say, I think some of the best makeup artists really are. Because you're not. The thing is, I think it's like when someone teaches you, you all do the same thing, don't you? You all suddenly do the same makeup. You don't have your own individuality. You don't look.
No.
Okay, it's a bit like what happening at the moment, I guess, with sort of Instagram makeup artists as such, or people who have a look and they all sort of do the same thing. It was very different when I was doing makeup. Everybody had I'm not saying they don't have their own individuality now, because a lot of people there's some amazing young makeup artists out there.
Oh, there is, but we were pre-mobile phones and internet and all that, weren't we? Of course we were.
Yeah, before social media, before anything. I can remember the old Polaroids. Can you remember when you did a photo shoot? I loved the smell of it as well. And then you get excited to see what the picture was like, and that was your first glimpse of what the
And
photograph.
if you didn't take a picture on that day, say if like a model had gone, you're like, oh damn, I didn't get a picture. Well, that was it. There was no.
It was gone.
I'll post you one, and that was it. It was gone.
Yeah, that was it. Definitely.
And I've still got a book with all my work in, like a hard book used to take round and
you
try and get.
We already
portfolio
online, isn't it? Just press
the word you don't even hear anymore.
Yeah. I miss that. I do miss those days, though. Oh, I sound like a right old crooner now.
No, you don't. But it's really interesting because we forget that we came from that. And what I try and tell a lot of the guys and girls on here is when you are looking at these people on Instagram, they're working on their own faces, and some of them are like 17, 18-year-olds. So of course they've got the most amazing lifted eyes and cat eye shapes. So all their makeup, and of course they're going to do looks that look good on them. They're not going to go, well, this is a disaster. So if you try and recreate it, it's not necessarily your skills. It's just because you don't have the same eye shape or face shape. So you can't.
And you don't have a ring light in front of you.
Yeah, and you haven't edited it and filtered it for 3 days. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. It was a different time, but you know what? I loved it. And I love now. I still love now. You just got to adapt with the times, really, don't you? Just go with the flow.
Yeah. Oh, you've got a fan here. Look, Cliff is saying, Gary, your skin is on point.
Is it? Thank you very much.
Cliff, you sound very down with the kids saying on point. Look at that.
No, I just, all I do, I just moisturize. I just put a little bit tinted moisturizer on, a little bit of concealer if I need it, occasionally a bit of bronzer. If I'm going out or whatever, and then I'm just good to go. But I think it's really important as a guy to look after yourself, and it really, really is. And who says we can't? Guys can wear makeup if they want. If it's gonna.
Oh, we did it. I think it was the week before last. We did a guy's makeup thing, and I had the most views and the most comments ever, and it was amazing. And I think there's nothing wrong. It's not just girls shouldn't be able to get rid of redness or dark circles, and I think there's too many guys think they shouldn't wear it. I think it's out there. And there is also some amazing male makeup brands that are coming out and some great products. Yeah,
there really is. I mean,
and unisex and stuff.
Can you remember in the old days, it was the Gautier, wasn't it? That was the only thing really that was out there.
And it was like the guy liner, and it was the concealer, and I've got a fly. That was literally that, wasn't it?
It was. But now there's
also that association that if you wore makeup, you were gay, and it's always that thing of no, you just need to be able to,
It's crazy. I mean, God, I've done so many shoots, as I'm sure you have over the years, where we've done like at homes with like famous footballers or famous sports people or whatever, and you're there, and I'm obviously making the wife up, and then obviously, of course, you're going to just put a little bit of something on their face to make them look better. I mean, I did David Beckham for the Olympics, when he was on the speedboat.
Yes.
I got him ready on the boat and everything, and it's just grooming. It's just what.
Now, how was he close up? Was he as beautiful as we'd want him to be?
Oh my God, so beautiful, gorgeous. Really? Yeah. He's just and such a nice person. Just really.
I hate the fact that he's nice as well.
Well, I'm afraid he is. There's nothing I can say about him. He was really nice, and when someone you're there and you're making them look. You're trying to make them look as good as they can. Everyone's always going to appreciate it, aren't they? There's been a few times in the past when I've worked with certain people, I've been like, I've really wanted to just throw the makeup in their face.
Yeah.
Appreciate what you're doing. Or I often find that I get more pleasure from working with like everyday people who really just like by doing their makeup, it just gives them so much confidence and just makes them feel so himself, and that's really the most important thing I think about makeup. It really, really is.
I agree. I learned more on my time working on some beauty counters in retail than I did doing fashion weeks and runway shows, because a lot of the models think the makeup time is their time to have lunch. That used to drive me mad. Do you mind if I just have this sandwich? And the headphones are going with the music, and they can't hear you saying, "Can you open your eyes? Can you close your eyes?" And you just used to be like, "Oh my God, you're driving me mad."
Yeah, no,
you're absolutely right. You just want to go.
Yeah, you do. But sometimes you can't blame them, because when you think that these people are having their makeup done probably every day, whether they're a model, you're just there, and they've got their entourage around them, and they've got a million people asking them questions. They're on the phone, they've got lots of things to do usually at the same time that they're having their hair or makeup done. So it doesn't make our job any easier, but you've just got to, once you start, you know what it's like. Once you've been doing it, you just get used to it, and you've just got to work around it and just make it work for them.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Totally. Let me just look. I wanted to show you something because this is really sweet. Look, you're loved. Oh,
I can't see it. Oh, I just saw my husband. Gosh, that's an old picture, Phil.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I mean, talk about pulling one from the... I mean, I wonder how far up the camera roll he had to scroll to find that one.
Oh, I love you too, Phil, as well. We've been together for 28 years? 29 years.
Get it right, because he'll only comment something else.
Yeah.
So,
a long time.
Oh. Now, no, I'm not going to... You can't call him...
What?
Oh my gosh. No, look, I'm going to show you this. Look, because it's a compliment. Look, Barry said, that Gary is a hottie. Always fancied him. If you're into hairy granddads, drop me a line. Oh, I thought you were saying Gary was a hairy granddad. That's why I was nervous to post it.
Okay.
Right. Well, he's happily married, Barry, so rein it in. We've already told you that.
I'm flattered. Well, thank you very much. I'm actually got hubby, but I'm really flattered. Thank you very much.
Flattered. Well, keep Barry on the side.
Very lovely stuff from a little picture I can see of him as well.
Yeah, but the thing is, it could be like Phil. That could be from 1984. That picture of Barry. So
that's the thing. You just never know now, do you?
Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Right, Laura has got a question here because we're talking about work. What's been your favourite ever job? Don't say down the mine.
Oh God, it's just really hard, that, isn't it? Because you get so many things that you do over the years.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm trying to think.
Can you think? I had
to do the makeup for the Speedo runway show once. That was phenomenal. I mean, that was a lot of body makeup on some very beautiful bodies, and I remember that just being so much fun. But I had to do lots of concealer around crotch areas where they'd waxed, and that wasn't so glamorous because I was literally, like, oh.
Yeah, I know sometimes you do, don't you? Because obviously people, when we're doing makeup, if the sessions and things like that, we're getting people ready for events. It's not just the face and the hair, but it's also the body. If a lady's got an amazing gown on, or she's showing her legs or her back, and so you have to. It's really nitty gritty, isn't it?
It is, and you've got to not be. You've just got to get in there. I think if you like, oh, do you mind if I just do this? Or do you mind? Obviously, there's a level of you've got to make sure they're comfortable.
Yeah, of course,
I think the more you just do your job and get the makeup on, the less they feel aware of what you're doing.
Yeah, because I think often it's that thing of like sometimes well, for a lot of people when they put the makeup on, it's like putting a mask on. It's like they become a persona. I've worked with lots of people over the years who have been one person without the makeup on, and they suddenly become another person. When they've got their makeup on, because of a character, it gives them that confidence to go out to their day and do what they want, whether they're a performer or whether they work in an office or whatever, to whatever degree or level that they want to take it. And it's really hard. I can say I've worked with some amazing people over the years, who have brought joy to me as with my job. I worked for 20 odd years with the late Dame Barbara Windsor, who I just love.
Yeah, such a sad loss that was.
Yeah, I mean, just what an amazing lady. I've worked with Melanie Griffith, Ursula Andress, Honor Blackman was fantastic. Really tall, fabulous. I mean, that voice when she walked in and I did her makeup for a shoot, she just said, "Hello, darling." She had that amazing voice, and she was, she was probably in her late 60s when I worked with her, and she still was so beautiful and sexy and just gorgeous, and had this allure about her when she walked in. You know what I mean? And you're there with makeup, and he's like, "Oh, God, that's pussy galore." Or I tell you what, I worked with Priscilla Presley. So I did Priscilla Presley once. She came over. She did it once or twice. And she was just absolutely the most gorgeous woman. She had the most beautiful face. So little, because everyone, I think, always looks a lot smaller in real life. It's very rarely that you have a celeb. There are the odd ones who are a lot taller. But they're always a bit smaller, aren't they? And you sometimes don't want to meet people because you don't want it to take away, especially when you're doing them with no makeup on, because you do get...
Yeah, and just touching on that, did you not find working with celebrities, my first time when I got booked for a big name or something, it's really nerve-wracking because they've had their makeup done professionally loads of times and you know who they are.
Yeah.
So it's not like when you do, I don't know, a wedding or you meet a client for the first time and you're very much, you still focus on what makes them look their best, but you're very aware that you might be recreating an iconic face, really.
That did happen to me with one lady, actually. She she was definitely an icon, an American. Well, actually, no, she wasn't American. She was Italian, and she's a really famous film star from like the 60s, 70s.
Oh wow!
she came over and I did a photo shoot with her. I won't name any names or anything, but she did have a definite look. And basically, she came in, she had her makeup on, and I thought, oh, gosh, she's already done it. Because you do get that a lot with older celebrities, because they do their makeup and then you just touch them up for the photo shoot because that's their look. And I said, right. And then she looked at me, she went, right, I'm going to take it all off now, and I want you to tote and do it again, but do it better than I've done it. So I had an inspector, and I looked at her and I thought, you know what? I could actually do it slightly differently to that, but bring it up to date, because I think she might have been using a kohl pencil that, I don't know, that just was a bit too matte, and now you've got so many more products out there that create, that are just better products than what they would have been in the day. So, and I suggested this, so, and she just let me get on with it, and I did it, and I did do it, and she looked at it, and I thought she was going to like go, oh my God, get it off, but she loved it, and I think it's just all about trust, isn't it? I think, with everybody.
Totally. And just and believing in yourself, really, I think, isn't it? Because the minute you start to question it. Right, Johan has asked quite a specific question here. Gary, how can I make the perfect drag queen cut crease? Oh, gosh, there we go.
I think that's more for you, Lavoie, but I'll have a go anyway.
You? What are you insinuating?
How do I make the perfect drag queen cut crease? Well, I think anything with makeup.
Have you done much drag makeup, Gary?
Do you know what? You could say I have. I'm not going there. You could say I have. Do you know what? It's anyway, no. I think it's all about doing everything, emphasizing everything a lot more than you.
But I know we're laughing there, but drag makeup to high editorial makeup, there's not much difference. It's just there's more impact, there's more everything.
Yeah, it's just about more impact, about creating an illusion. I mean, it's all makeup's about creating an illusion, but drag makeup especially is about creating, and it's a real art. There are a lot of makeup artists who can't really do drag makeup. It takes a lot of effort and time. And
also, you don't get taught how to do it, do you? You never get taught.
Every face is different, and I think with drag, that's the whole fun of doing makeup with drag, to create a face that's different to everybody else's. You can copy someone else's, like for example, Lavoie with Liza. You did amazing, Liza. I mean, gosh, that's just probably one of the best I've ever seen in my life. I mean, you just got it down to a T. But then, if you wanted to create your own persona and be your own persona drag queen, then it's all about finding your own way and just practicing and cutting a crease with a drag queen would always be a lot higher, because you're going to get rid of the brows, aren't you? And the real brows might become part of the crease, just so you hide the shadow of it, and then the brows would be a lot higher. So it just depends what persona you want to make, what you call yourself, and how you want to make yourself be. I don't know if that helps you whatsoever.
Yeah, no, there is. I think when I used to do my cut crease, I used to very much do it with obviously a darker shadow, almost in a line. You almost draw the crease on.
Yeah.
Or another thing I do, we'll talk about this another week, Johan. We can talk about this another time. But you can use eyeshadow bases or even concealers to go in over the eyeshadow to really sharpen up that underneath line, and that's the best way to do it. I'll tell you a really, really good one that's available in Boots, Johan, so you can get that now even in lockdown, is Too Faced, Born This Way, and this is colour Snow, and it's brilliant at cut creases, and it's a big bottle.
Yeah, I think you just really want to flatten out that total area and make it, put a great base, so it's really quite light, and then you can actually start adding and defining and adding.
We can talk about that. We talk about that. Right. We've done that question. Here we go. Indra, who was the best person you've ever made up? Oh, now what does that mean? Does that mean the nicest? Does that mean?
This is really hard for me, because there's so many people that I've worked with, and at different times in my career. So it's.
Maybe has there been one you've been most proud of?
Do you know what? Well, when I actually worked with Melanie Griffith, it was because she just. I can remember when I first went to LA to do a job. I actually was driving down Sunset Boulevard, and there was a big picture of Melanie Griffith. It was from. Can you remember she did Working Girl?
Yeah.
For it, I think. And I remember just thinking to myself, gosh, God, one day I hope I can get to do some Hollywood stars to do these. I think I was working with Rachel Hunter. Can you remember Rachel Hunter at the time?
Yeah.
Who was a fantastic model, and she got the most beautiful skin. Lovely, lovely lady. And I just remember seeing that, and then like 2 years or 3 years later, I'm doing a shoot with Melanie Griffith, and it's just all these different things where sometimes things you just think are never going to happen, happen. And I think if you've got a dream and you really, really, will it, I think it does happen. That's how
Totally. All that putting it out in the universe. And did you still have that sort of slightly disbelief that you're like, I'm actually doing her makeup, and when that happens?
Antonia was there as well, and I think, do you know what as well? Because it's when she was with Antonia, and I think, and I did I can remember we were doing a shoot, and I did a lovely beige lip, and I did a really gorgeous goldy sort of caramelly makeup on her, which looks beautiful on her. And I remember her saying to me to do a red lip on her, and I did a red lip on her, and I can't remember quite what she said, or something like, "Oh, Antonia loves red lips," or I don't know. It was just I can't quite remember, but it was just little things. And you do pinch yourself sometimes when you're working with people, because you do grow up watching these people or seeing them on the screen, and I do still get very sort of starstruck with people. Actresses especially, and actors, and people who've got real talent, and I do, yeah.
And it's lovely when you get that relationship with someone that goes past one makeup job to the next makeup job, and they trust you, and then you relax more, and you can start different things and build that relationship. That's always lovely, I always think. Della, please can you recommend a daytime use product to hide inevitable under eye dark shadows that we've all experienced during lockdown, as most of us aren't wearing makeup but still have to attend the dreaded Zoom meetings? Okay, under eye concealers, we get this a lot on here. Gary, do you have a go-to product in your kit?
Well, I do, and it's actually my own.
Oh, well, now's the time. Let me just pop this up.
I think, well, can I just say, first of all, depending on whether you've got dark shadows or your eyes deep set or whatever, different concealers react differently. It's always quite good to put some sort of color corrector under your eye. So if you've got quite a lot of darkness or sallowness, something that counteracts that. So, for example, if you're quite a light skin, to use like a lilac color. You can buy color correctors anywhere now.
Yeah, and we've spoke about this on here before, so it's always quite nice when a guest says what I've been saying, because you sort of go, "Oh, that's good, I was right."
Yeah. Put a little bit of that just before you put concealer on. If you've got a slightly darker skin tone, go for like a green, or if you've got a really dark skin, go for like a brick red or orange. It might look really weird while you're doing it, but then when you put the foundation or the concealer on top, it will totally cover any darkness or sallowness around the eye. Going back to my product, sorry, a little bit of a plug there. This is my foundation in this beautiful jewel-shaped bottle. I've got a foundation inside. It comes in 8 different colors, from fair to mahogany inside, and this has got color correctors in it. It's like an air whipped mousse. It's beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful, and the packaging is lovely.
And then
show them the magic bit.
Concealer in the lid. So the surprising bit is the concealer in the lid. So, and this concealer is like a brightener. Can you see it a little bit there? It's my light splashing out, but it's a brightening concealer. So it's 2 shades lighter than the foundation. So when you actually put it on, it lifts, and with the color correctors which I've actually added into the foundation, they counteract together and work really well. So that's one product, but there's so many products out there.
I'm so proud of you with this brand. I really, really am, because like I always say to people, there's so many celebrities and people that bring out makeup that don't have a clue about makeup, and you've worked in it practically all your life, apart from the mine, and worked on so many different faces and so many different mediums, from photographic to television to to fashion, that you've had your hands in so many products. So how exciting was it when you got to explore and go to the factory and play stuff? It must be so nice to put that work into your own things.
Yeah, do you know what? It was so amazing. I mean, this is like this is a combination, I can't say the word, of 20 odd years as a makeup artist, and I couldn't have done this when I was 25, even when I was 35, really, because I was so busy on location, on shoots and different things, and my head was everywhere. And I had to put myself first. So this last few years, I thought I'm going to put myself first, and I really want to do a brand. I want to do an amazing brand that is different from everybody else's. I called it Makeup Intelligence because it does all the thinking for you. It's a selection of products that are cross-functional, multi-purpose. You know, for example, we've got the concealer in the lid, got the foundation. You know, my mascara's dual-ended, so we've got one end that lifts and curls and one end that gives you volume. Primers that are dual-ended, so things that are multi-purpose, so you don't have to buy 2 or 3 things.
Yeah, yeah.
They're self-explanatory, and make it easy for everybody, because that's what people want. They want it. They want easiness and a quick fix. You know, we want to be able to do it quick. So yeah, so I just came up with the concept. I met an amazing team, Lisa and Simon and my husband Phil, and we all work together because it is about the team. You know, I'm as good at what I do, but if I've not got a good team around me, you know, I'm sure you've got a great team around you. You know.
Oh yeah, it's all about that. Of course it is.
So you know, and then we designed lots of different products, and we, you know, we presented them to people, and you know, and we hit the jackpot really. And it's going so well, I can't tell you. It really is.
Oh my gosh, when I was watching on QVC and you were selling out before you could even pick up the phone. It was amazing.
And that's such a great platform. It really, really is. And especially with what's happening in the world at the moment, you know, with no shops being open, and it's all about online and about shopping channels. And so yeah, it just all sort of clicked and just worked. And you know, we're just bringing out a new collection this year, which is just incredible. I can't wait for everybody to see that. So new lipsticks, new mascara, new eyeshadow palettes. You know, I've got all these gorgeous eyeshadow palettes as well, you know, with different colors.
Yeah, now I did my eyes tonight with your timeless one. This one. Because I like those sort of shades. I like that. I loved this one, this sort of sort of rusty colour in the middle. That was lovely. Because
your eyes are that beautiful blue, that really makes them pop. So I've tried to I'm flirting with you.
We can see ourselves.
To create a palette that's got 15 pounds in that, with lots of neutral tones that lift and bring out the best in your eye colour. Really easy to apply. So there's a mixture of matte, shimmer, and metallics. If you really want to create a pop and take daytime to playtime. And then also you've got like a dual-ended eyeliner in there. So we've got like a black on one side and a nude on the other side. If you want to put it in your waterline, just
God! You know what? I didn't even open up my eyeliner. I didn't realise. Now, and I used a bit of this Wonderland because I didn't realise this. You can't really see very well. This sort of glittery in the middle. It's like a cream.
Yeah, because it's good. It's got a primer in it, so it doesn't drop.
And I put that just in here. Look, I'm all like glitzy.
Yeah, and then there is a primer actually on Wonderland right at the bottom. Just you are a little bit worried about it dropping the sparkle and glitter, and just so it keeps it all in place.
So you've got your primers and your glitters and your mattes. That was really, and what I like about glitter with any sort of primer or cream is you don't get the drop. Then you don't get the glitter all over your face.
Yeah, because you don't want that, do you? You just
no one wants that. Yeah. Even in the world of glamour showbiz, you don't want glitter on your face. Right. Paul wants to know, Gary, what is your secret to looking young and youthful? Oh, if we all knew that, Paul, we'd be millionaires.
Do you know what? I thought when you asked me all these questions, I thought it was going to be really easy for me to answer, but really not easy. I don't know. I don't know. What can I say? I just look after myself. I just, you know, I eat well. I eat very well because I've got a husband who likes feeding me. And I've got a great life. I live a nice lifestyle. I try and be happy. And although a lot of people will probably tell you different, I try and stay healthy. I try and do a little bit of exercise. I've got 2 gorgeous dogs, so I do a lot of walks, you know. So that's it really. I do my skincare.
I think that's key. I think if you don't have a skincare routine, just put a really simple one together. Even if it's just a moisturizer and keep it up, and you'll notice even that simple difference.
Exactly. Yeah, it does really, really help. You know, that skincare does because everything else.
Scott's saying, Gary, any gossip on our fabulous friend Jenny Tomlin? I won't tell her. Scott, behave yourself.
Hi, Scott. How are you, Scott? Nice to see you. Jenny. Oh, Jenny. I love Jenny. Is she watching? I better be careful what I say. Is she there?
Gosh. What's Johan saying?
Fabulous, Jenny. She's just like, Jenny is like, just like every man's gay's best friend, and she's just like, I don't know what it is about Jenny. Do you understand what I'm saying? She's got this thing about her.
Totally. Scott, I love Scott. Scott buys me the best earrings. Not these ones, but I want more of those acrylic earrings, please, Scott. Could you tell me where you got them from? We're down into white. Who's the most famous person you've made up? Somebody massive. I guess they don't mean obese when they say that. I guess they mean someone famous.
Well, again, I don't. It depends what you call famous. I've worked with who, and it depends what I've worked with. Ava Longoria, David Beckham.
I think David Beckham is up there. That's pretty massive.
It's hard for me to say. I've worked with lots of different. Loads of people. I don't know. I'm just gonna. Do you know what I'm gonna get? I'm plugging my book. I'm just gonna look at my book and see.
Oh look, yes, getting your book. You started chapter 1, and I'll be like this after an hour. Like,
Lots of people. You know, I mean, in the old days, you know, when you have to remember, like 20 years ago, when I was doing lots and lots of like all the Saturday night primetime shows and doing all the magazine covers. You know, obviously people probably know you worked a lot with Kelly Brook, Katie Price, Ulrika Johnson. Martine McCutcheon, you know, I still work with now. I was just like, she's one of my best friends. You know, just so many people. I've worked with
and amazing, because I think when you did, when you worked with people like Katie Price when she was Jordan, I think that look was such a change, and almost an iconic look that people aspired to be. Do you know what I mean? It was a bit like that. The black smoky eye. It was sort of. There's people who do makeup on and they don't really notice the makeup. It's just them. You know, like when David Beckham, no one goes, I wonder what under eye concealer he's wearing.
Yeah.
With Katie, it was very much the hair, the makeup, the look, and it was so fabulous.
Yeah, I think
it must have been nice to have that creative.
Well, yeah, I mean, Kate, you know, Kate's just had, you know, she had that face which was just like you could do anything on, and she was. And the great thing about Katie, she just let you. She's all up for experimentation. She loves to change her hair color. She loves to try different makeup. So nothing ever really got stale. And the good thing, you know, because of her persona, you know, Katie Price, Jordan, you know, you could just go from really natural. You know, a lot of times Kate would just not wear any makeup and still look absolutely gorgeous.
Oh yeah, totally.
Great skin, great eyes, great features, and then you could really go the other end of the spectrum and really just go mental. And she was like my girl's world for a long, long time. And you know, we'd experiment and we'd do some amazing looks. And I think it was a bit before its time, because now when you look at all the Essexy sort, you know, and you know, the Kardashians and the contour. I mean, I was doing contour on Katie like 15, 20, you know, a long time ago.
Right. Talk to me about contouring. Do you think it's got a bit out of hand with people, you know, just the supermarkets and Boots just throwing out these kits and women not knowing what to do, and you see them looking like kabuki makeup? You know, should we try it? Should we not try it? Is it an age thing? Is it not? What's your opinion on it?
I think, well, I'm a great believer that it doesn't matter what your age is, you should do it. It's if you're 60 years old and you know, and you want to wear a smoky eye, wear it. Just do it in the right way. It's about how you apply it. You know, go for matte rather than something too shimmery. I think with contour, it's the same thing, really, isn't it? You can get carried away with, and a lot of, you know, I watch a few, you know, people on YouTube and whatever, and they go crazy with it, and it's, you know, it suddenly works out because they have got like a ring light around them, so they can disguise things and they edit things and filters, and then in real life, if they walked out on the street, it would just look shocking. So it's all about how you do it, really. I think, you know, everything's great. Contouring is fantastic because you really can create that illusion of cutting out a cheekbone, creating a stronger jawline or a softer jawline, creating a nose, you know, making the forehead make it.
You can do amazing things. And I think if you're wanting to start out with it, is to the more. When I say a fluffy brush, I don't mean a big, massive powder brush, but more of an open, soft brush is going to give you a softer application. I think to start lighter and gradually, rather than just going, you know, with a thin little brush.
With less. That's the thing. Always start off with less. You know what it's like. Start off with less and then build it up. And then when you get the confidence and have a look at it in daylight before you go out. Don't just do something and try to, you know, I've got a contour palette. I'm going to plug in again. Sorry.
No, go on. Have you? Because I know you have. And this is
contour palettes in light, medium and dark. So this is light for fair skin. But I've done 6 pans, and I've done. You can choose between cream and powder, because
perfect. Love that.
And as you get older, sometimes you don't want to put powder on because you think it sticks in the lines and whatever. So you want to go for more of a cream, for more of a youthful appeal. So you've got a choice. And I've done that with a contour, a highlighter, and a blush included. So it makes it really easy for you.
It's really easy. And you know what? I'm gonna put this out there, not to shame anyone, just because this is a genuine thing that happened to me. I bought a Charlotte Tilbury highlighter thing in a tube that had like a spongy end, and it was a cream, and it just put too much on all the time, and I ended up putting it on my finger and then doing that. And that, what I like about yours is that it's in a palette. You can just put as much on as you need.
Yeah, you can control it a little bit better.
I'm
all for contouring. I'm all for, but just as I say, do experiment first. Don't just buy a contour kit or buy a. And also remember, blusher and bronzer is a very different thing to a contour. You know, bronzers are there to warm the face up and actually create a glow or whatever, whether you wear a matte or a shimmer one. Contour's there to actually create definition. So don't be fooled by thinking you can put like a blusher on that's slightly too orange or something, because it'll just give it all away. And if it's sparkly,
and then it ends up being appearing on the temples, and we're back in the 80s, which I love, but it's not a look we want.
It draws the eye and the attention to the face, to the parts of the face you don't want it to. So it's just all knowing about how to apply it, really.
Lorna says, is that a Wizard of Oz mug I spy?
It really is, yeah. You know, I've got a collection of Wizard of Oz mugs. I get them from, every time I'm in New York, there's a shop. I don't actually know if it's there anymore, and I buy these mugs. I've probably got about 15 of them. I'm obsessed with the Wizard of Oz.
Lorraine is saying, can we order it from the link above to try? I'll put the link to Gary's brand. That's the website, makeupintelligencegc.com. So go on there and you can just shop, and that's the easiest thing to do. But I will put a link. All the comments.
Great sales on at the moment because we've got the Valentine's sale. So
there we go. Oh, we like a sale.
Things, so it's definitely worth a look. That's for sure.
A sale, don't we, gang? Gary, I know I've kept you longer than I said, but do you mind if I just?
I've loved it. That's a great time.
Look, the Katie Price look set massive trends. I agree. Is it best for people to come to you or say, do what you feel will look good, or do you prefer a little guide?
I think it's really important to listen. You have to listen to what your client wants. Otherwise, it's never going to work. They might not get it right all the time, so you have to work with them. But I think you've got to start off listening to what they want and then saying, well, actually, do you know what? That's great. Always start with the positive. That's great. But do you know, I think if we did it this way, it would look so much better. And then gain their trust or gain someone's trust. And then, then they'll, it's education, isn't it? It's about
it is. I remember once working in Liberties, and I had an Indian lady come to me saying she wants to look like Gwen Stefani. I thought, I'm gonna have to somehow talk her out of this one.
Yeah, it's always like that. I've had people where I've done someone's makeup and they say, I want to look like Cheryl Cole. And there's no way I'm going to make someone look like Cheryl Cole because they just haven't got the bone structure also. And I'll say, well, I'll do this makeup which would work great on Cheryl to create an illusion to give you that effect, but I can't make you look exactly like that person. You know?
Well, it's like when you go to the hairdresser, isn't it? And you say, I want to look like this, and be like, yeah, we all do.
Exactly.
Oh, Lorraine says, I struggle with contouring. I'm looking like a clown. In fact, that's an insult to the blooming clown.
I'm sure you don't. I'm sure you do, Greg. Don't be hard on yourself. Like I say, makeup's all about having fun and experimenting. And what's the worst that can happen? If it doesn't look great, you just wash it off and start again.
Yeah. Well, this is a good question. Where do you get your inspiration from, and what would your key look be? Would you say you've got like a Gary Cockerill look or a trademark?
I think maybe people in the magazines would probably say that there's a Gary Cockerill look, because I think, and in some ways it didn't do me any favors in the old days, because especially when trends change, because I remember when I first became well known and I was starting to get more well known, I was doing this really glamorous beauty makeup that was so like airbrushed on, and at the time on the runway it was that heroin chic look. Everyone was walking down the runway looking like a with no makeup, just looking really disheveled, not attractive. And I did the opposite, but in a way it didn't make me popular with a lot of people, but it did with actresses and people who wanted to look beautiful. And because I created this beautiful face, which is what I've always tried to do now, I just want to make a woman, whoever I'm working with, look as gorgeous as possible. That's just been my go-to with anybody, really. So sorry, I got bit lost in my words then.
No, it's fine.
You know what I mean?
And then what I want to ask you quickly before we wrap this up is, outside of your own brand, or before your own brand, what was your go-to products? Is there certain things out there that women are trying things out that you think this is worth looking at?
I love Zoeva eyeshadows.
Oh, I've heard a lot of people say about these.
I love them. I think they're in. You can get them in Selfie. You can get them online if you Google it. But I think they've got a concession in Selfridges as well. They do beautiful brushes, beautiful eyeshadows. I love Stila as well because I just.
I used to be obsessed with Stila, and then it went, didn't it, for ages, and then it was brought back out.
And they come back, didn't they? And I love Laura Mercier. I love some of the concealers. I love Makeup Revolution. I just think they've really, that market that they corner.
Oh, it's brilliant, and we're
for a certain price that everyone can afford. And I just think they've just gone all out and they've just done a fantastic job. And they
and that's in Superdrug, isn't it?
Superdrug, Superdrug. Yeah.
Is it? I think it's just Superdrug, isn't it? Yeah. But and guys, we're doing a 1 week of this. We're going to do on Revolution because they're sending me some stuff for us to try together. So there'll be a whole Makeup Revolution shopping in Superdrug makeup thing we'll do. So I'm really excited. I'll let you know when that arrives and we can have a play around together.
I think it doesn't matter about. I'm not one of these people who says you've got to spend a fortune on makeup to make it look amazing. That's a load of rubbish. I think if you know what you're doing, then you can wear any makeup and make it look great on great on your face. Yeah,
exactly. People are asking for the link again, so it's not really a link, guys. You can't click on it, but that's the title. So just put that into your browser. I'm getting the hint that you want me to shut up so you can go shopping. I'm
having fun. I'm really having fun doing this. It's just flying.
It's lovely, isn't it? And you know what? I'm lucky because I have some loonies that comment, but most of all, they're all quite nice. I think half of them are drunk, but that's my followers for you, Gary.
Listen, I'm having a glass of wine after this. I have to tell you, remember me on my steak.
I'm drinking Cinzano and lemonade. I feel like Abigail's party.
I'm afraid all I've got in here is orange squash in my little Wizard of Oz cup. So
look at that. No, but any comments we've mentioned as soon as this live finishes, I'll put them in the comments above. I'll put the links in so you can put them up. And someone has asked, what skincare and moisturizer do you recommend? Do you have a favorite skincare brand? We're not sponsored by any brands,
No, I'm definitely not.
This is just our generosity.
Yeah. Well, what do I use on my face? I don't know. I've got it in front of me. I just use anything. I've got quite oily skin, so which is good. It's great if you've got oily skin because I think it does help with the aging process.
Yeah, totally.
So I use things oil-free sort of moisturizers. So it doesn't really matter. I don't have a certain brand or something. I've actually formulated one myself, which should be coming out sometime in the future, which is just beautiful. It's got lime extract in it, so it's got sort of healing. It smells fab. But yeah, so I don't have like a specific. I change my moisturizers as well because I think it's quite important not to stick with the same one because you get used to it and it stops working. As I'm sure you'll agree with me, Voix, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, totally.
Don't mean that to you. I'm just saying you'll know.
Like, what's he saying?
You'll know.
It starts to stop working as you can see, Voix. I'm like,
sorry, no, I don't mean that. You'll know as an expert that is the case.
Yeah. Totally. And they just play around with it.
Against you, they build up where it stops working, so you do have to change them, every now and again. Use an eye cream.
Look, here we go. We've not been able to go on holiday at the moment. I've never had a spray tan. Oh, John, I've had some disastrous spray tans. One of them was in Harrods. You'd think that would be all right, wouldn't you? What's good tip to give you a bit of glow rather than looking like an egg white?
God.
Oh, John.
Well, I've got my friend. Do you know James Reed?
Yes.
He does some amazing spray tans, that work for everybody and makes it really easy for guys to use as well. And he's got a really great face one that he uses. If you look him up, it's in a little bottle and it makes it really easy for you to spray your face. And he's got creams and different things.
I think some of these gradual tans and things like Skinny Dip Wonder Serum is amazing from Boots. Loads of gradual tans. And actually, while we're on to that, John, in a few weeks, sorry to go off tangent here slightly, I'm doing a gradual tan week We've got all these goodies from Sam Tropez to Vita Liberata to Number 7 to Dove. And I'm trying them all out slowly. So I'm going to be more and more orange by the time we get to do this video. So give me a bit longer. And by the time we come out of lockdown, we'll all look like we've been to the Caribbean. I promise you. I promise you we will. Oh my gosh, let me just quickly jump on this and then I'm going to let you go. Look, people are loving it. Janet, Gary, you look so good. Oh, that's good with Boy George there. Gary, you are looking fab, says Lisa. They are loving it. And I've loved how you are.
Spirits. Can I do this every week with you?
Let's do every week. We'll get more and more drunk and then it'll all come out.
Yeah, next time I'm definitely having a glass of champagne though.
We'll never work again if we do that, you do realise.
I know.
No, but as I said, there is Gary's makeup. I've tried it myself. I'm obsessed with this candy floss topper.
Oh, you like that, do you?
I love it. Look, I got it on tonight. Well, first of all, I put the golden one on, this golden one.
Yeah.
And then when I was waiting, I put that on the top, so I've mixed it. So God knows what I've created, but it's lovely.
Great. It looks really,
really
good.
They're not sticky, and I was such a matte lipstick fan, and it's been really nice to try some glosses. So
they've got peach extract in them, so they smell nice, and when you actually which is important with the lipstick. Yeah,
totally. No, check it out. Some really lovely products and such a lovely guest to have on. Thank you, Gary, darling.
You. Oh my God, my pleasure. Anytime. It's been so wonderful. Honestly, I've loved every second of it.
Oh, you've got steak and eggs now.
Yeah, steak and eggs. I can't wait. I'm actually famished. I'm sorry. I've been at work today, so I'm actually really, really looking forward to this.
Go and have your dinner. As soon as it's finished, guys, I'll put all the brands and the links in the comments above. And of course, this will go onto YouTube as well, so you can follow the link on there. It'll be on there forever. So if you ever forget anything we've said, it'll be there in history to haunt us, Gary. Oh my God. We'll look back and go, look how young we were.
Oh, I know. Thank you so much.
Pleasure, darling. I will let you go. Have a lovely night. Bye, darling.
Bye.
Bye. There we go. Gary Cockerill has left the building. Did you enjoy that? Wasn't that lovely? Big round of applause for gorgeous Gary. Now, next week, we are talking skincare, but we're going on to the nighttime regime. So we're talking peels. We're talking masks. We're going to be talking Paula's Choice. We're going to be talking Nip and Fab. We're going to be talking, of course, my favourite, Hada Labo from Tokyo. Loads of different brands. And, of course, you can follow all of it on Voix's Instagram, because tomorrow night on Voix, the show on Instagram, you're going to want to watch Birds with Baggage and me and Laura Hamilton, because we might be giving away something you've been seeing tonight. My lips are sealed, but it might be featured. And if you've liked some of the products we featured tonight, well, you might be able to get your hands on some. That's all I'm saying. Thank you for joining the Secret Makeup Club. Share the video, share the beauty, share the love. Anyone that's lonely, anyone that needs to look a little bit better, just say, I'm a good friend, watch this video. I'll have more guests coming up soon. We're going to get some celebrity women on to tip out their makeup bag and show us the products they use. Again, we're not sponsored by any ads. I'm not paid by any ads. I'm doing this for my enjoyment and to help you guys out to look as fabulous as ever. Let me just slip on the comments before we leave out. Thank you, Mandy. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you, Cliff. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, John Gilmore. And I will see you all next Monday for another Makeup Club. Tomorrow, Birds with Baggage. Thursday, Birds with Baggage. And I am doing some secret little shows on Friday. You need to message the word banana if you want more information about that. It's very, very secret. And I will see you all soon. Lots of love. Keep safe. Keep well. Try Chinsana and lemonade. It's wonderful. Love you all. Bye.